If parts of your body tingle when you hear an engine rev, if the hair on the back of your neck stands up when you hear tires squeal, then you've found your new home. This is the Rev'd Up IceCast. Containing more testosterone than your listening device can handle. Loud, crazy, but a hell of a lot of fun. Let's do it. You're listening to the Rev'd Up IceCast. Now your hosts, Steven, Mark, and Eddie.
Freebie, how's it going this weekend, brother?
Well, let me tell you about this weekend. So, since the moment we left, it has been very challenging. Because, we pull out the driveway, I'm in the back of the motorhome, sleeping, just getting energized for my rough weekend ahead of me. Well, we're almost getting on the highway, somebody cuts us off, brake check, something happened. Next thing I know, we're on the sidewalk with the motorhome and the trailer.
Nice.
And the best part about all of this is it's been raining for about a week. So the motorhome's buried on the sidewalk. We're just buried. So since we're not far from home, my dad calls his buddy, brings his rollback out. And let me put into picture for this. So it's a 5-lane road, or 4-lane road. Big, it's right by the mall, basically the middle of town. The most busiest part of the day is 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. It could not get more busy. So he has to get the rollback. We unhook the trailer. We have to pull the
Bobby Jess said she was having a hard time hearing you, so you're probably a little bit too far away from the mic, just letting you know.
We have to pull the RV out on the road first. So we get that done, and then we get the RV's out now. That was the easy-ish part. I'm sitting there with my yellow jacket on, telling people to go the other way so I don't get run over.
Freebie, hold on. Freebie, we're talking about here. We don't want to talk about how you took a shower and come in. How was the inspection in the youth class? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, because I was lost there. I didn't even know where he was even going.
Yeah, cut that off, Freebie.
Yeah.
We're talking about derbies. How was inspection? How was that?
Well, rough. Because we had two different groups. My group and then Bristol's group. And we're on the other side of the shop. So it was very challenging because some people did some stuff that nobody liked. And the problem was, a certain problem is the steering column. Someone has a steering column here, and I understand why they did it because they put a 4.6 in a Roadmaster wagon. And you know how the factory GM column, it runs straight like this.
Right.
Well, the headers on the 4.6 would block that all off. So he had to basically make a column so that he could actually steer the car and not hit the header.
Well, which is understandable.
But the problem is, you're not allowed steering columns.
So what'd you do?
Well, we're going to tell them at the driver, we're going to make the drivers decide.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair.
That's fair. You would see that happen in a normal show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I get why he did it, but the problem is we told everybody no. Which, it really was kind of a bad call in the rules, in my opinion, because when you're building a car like this, a motor swap car, you're taking the dash and all that out anyways. So if you have a bunch of shells, you don't have that stuff anyways. It's easier to put a 4-point cage into a column.
Right. Absolutely.
So Freebie, now that you've had a small smidge of the other side of
I was
derby.
checking at the bash when I was like
that's right,
this
that's
tall.
right.
No, Fatty was babysitting him in the inspection line at the
That's
bash.
probably how it sounds.
Listen,
Yeah.
I was catching wheel welds, steam welds on the bronze. I was learning.
So you were really just you weren't making friends at Bash.
Well, I
No.
was like a little.
He definitely wasn't.
Dude, I had the bronze tell me, get him away from my car.
Yeah, now I get to run.
He was
against
clearing
them.
the back of it on top of their gas tank.
For what?
Looking.
They're the
Just
bronze.
looking.
They have to do something.
Yeah. And then
they're just talented at building and driving derby cars.
Well, what's
that's
funny?
what I say too. But like,
Well, what's funny is he looks all stressed out about his 4 hours of inspecting that he's done today. I did that with his little butt running around when he was 6, 7 years old. Yeah, put that in. Try to babysit and then inspect cars.
Well, I can only I know what he's like now. I can only
did have
imagine
7
how much.
inspectors to deal with on one car.
He was twice as bad when he was
I
younger.
could, yeah.
Yeah, because now I can just smack him.
The energy level was probably just as high or higher.
It was horrible. And I had him and Rick Clark's boy at the same time. Let me tell you. I should have got an award or a trophy or something. Paid, maybe. That'd have been great.
I didn't even get paid.
I didn't even get paid.
So, Fatty, Jeff Fatty,
Yep,
right?
yes, sir. Yes,
So we haven't really talked much.
Right.
But, so how did you draw the straws? Because you have a show.
We have a show in Yuba, California. Blaine Williams, actually, he requested Sours and Ticks to come out there. And we like to give the promoters that option, to see who fits best with their shows and stuff. To be honest with you, it's cold out there right now.
And they're what, California, ain't it?
Yeah. That's they say it's 20 degrees below average out there. So I'm not too upset. And I get to run a van here. So
What's their
Oh, you get to drive it?
Yeah, I got a
okay.
van. Yeah, I got
nice.
a van.
So that, it works out for you. I guess
Yeah.
you get to drive the van. And
What's the average temperature in California?
Like right now, I think Tick said this morning it was like 68. And that's still below average.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that's what they said. Well, Jess Williams, we do a show for him in May. He sent me a picture 2 days ago. He had 3 inches of snow on his car, but he's northern, So.
yeah, California's weird. Like, one day they don't get no rain, the next day they're flooding.
Oh yeah, it's crazy out there.
So.
It's crazy. But
Or
no,
they're trapped by snow.
yeah, we're really excited to go out there because just the cars. It's not the build itself. It's just the clean cars.
Yeah,
they
they
have
don't.
there.
The rust isn't a big issue out there like it is here.
And you can still find them out there. I know a guy that bought a wagon out there off the Indian reservation for $1,000, 74 Chevy wagon.
And they're probably just all chilling over there.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking for them.
No.
Here we are stuck on the East Coast.
Yeah, in the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think little Freebie likes rusty cars a little bit. You know what I mean?
They work to his advantage,
Yeah,
I guess.
little patchwork here and there.
Great, sometimes.
Depends on where that rust is going to be found. Huh?
That's funny.
But yeah, so normally we'd have Mark Metz. He's home fishing.
Fishing?
Yes, that's his thing.
He big fisherman, is he?
Yeah, he So for Mark, I'm okay with him missing this one. For 23 years, the first day of trout in Pennsylvania hits, and him and his parents.
No kidding.
They have fished for legit 23 years. That is their thing. That's their tradition, and he said I can't miss that.
I can respect that.
Yeah, so this is the one time we're gonna let Mark be okay with going fishing instead of coming to a derby.
Now, does he
event.
fish all weekend, or is it just a one-day thing? Or
Today was just the opening day for the trout season, so they'll probably fish today and tomorrow.
yeah, like I'm not a big fisherman, but I was told like you get there early to get your spot. And stuff.
Yes, especially for trout. I know in our area, yeah, you're out there the night before, you camp all night.
Yeah.
Or if you just, you can get out there early enough. I used to do it all night.
No.
Drink a lot of beers,
Huh.
wait all morning, and then hopefully you were still awake and the sun came up.
Freebie, you a big fisherman?
Well, I like fishing because it teaches me patience.
Patience.
You bought a boat.
Yeah. What's up with the boat?
Well, you see, so my neighbor died last summer, and like he was that guy that had everything, but none of it was good.
Right.
He had airplanes, and also had like 30 different parts airplanes, and boats, sailboats, all this stuff that like was worth nothing. But like he had 2 sailboats. One was like 40 feet long. Like this was one you sail across the ocean. And the other one was like mine is 27 foot long. So we're all standing there at the auction, and like I told my buddy, I'm like, hey, if it goes for less than 100, I'm owning a sailboat. He thought I was kidding. So, the auctioneer's doing a ham, and I'm like, I just stick my hand up. Well, it was 75, so now I own a sailboat.
For $75?
Yes.
What are you going to do with this boat, Freebie?
Well, I don't really know. At first, I just wanted to have one, because like I don't have one. So now I have one, so that's off the list.
Is there ever any plan to put it in the water?
I do want to see if it'll float, because like if it does,
We're getting a music video if it floats.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Freebie, I'll make you a deal. If you get this thing on the water and it floats, I'll be in your music video.
Because you ever seen Step Brothers with boats and hoes?
Yeah, Freebie, I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I will be in your video.
The vision, the feel, the second.
All right, that's enough. All right, that's enough. Slim it down.
Okay, so if it doesn't float, now you're stuck with a sailboat that doesn't float.
Well, if it doesn't float, I'm just going to jump a Camry through it or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or just see if you can clear the whole boat.
Man, look at the beard on that guy.
Yeah, he's got it tied up and everything.
Yeah, that's legit. Freebie, why don't you got no facial hair? Not even a little bit.
I don't know.
He's the Iceman. You gotta keep
Keep
it
it
clean.
smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth like ice. I see. I get it. But Freebie, where's your first derby?
This year it is at No Mercy. I get to run with old Sickles over there.
Oh, you on a team with Sickles already?
That's right. He is part of the Rev'd Up team.
How'd you draw? Hey, the Sickles couldn't get nobody else? Or?
I think it was like a group conversation between Steven and Mark and John to bring him in. So we'll see how that one goes. How's the car coming?
Hold on a second. I got one more.
Okay. Go ahead.
What's the percentage that you're going to pass inspection, Freebie? And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a steering column that sends you home.
Oh, it's definitely not.
How do I say this? I haven't done anything major.
Well,
Like,
Here's a question. What are you running?
so I have a convertible.
Convertible. Okay. I like
The
that.
only reason I have a convertible, though, is because I got it for free because I didn't want to buy a car.
Right.
Freebie.
Right. Freebie.
Sounds good,
Makes
yeah.
It's
sense.
in the name.
Makes sense.
And it's really different. And they're
good.
not going to be expecting any of it.
That's good. That's good.
I don't
Well,
know.
we don't want to give too much away on
Yeah,
that, Freebie.
yeah.
You know, I'd hate for you to have to rebuild a car before the derby.
Isn't your favorite inspector down here, though?
Oh, they
Couple
love
tents
me.
down, they love you down.
Who's your favorite inspector?
Well, me and Devin Germain have this complicated relationship.
Oh, Devin Germain.
Like,
Yeah.
they
I
really
see.
like to pick my car apart. You know?
I don't get that either.
I don't understand.
You're just a young
That's what I'm
driver.
saying.
Did you ever leave like a bad taste in your mouth or something one time?
I don't believe so, no. I think I'm just a hard car builder, you know? Like,
So you think just
Okay.
because you've pushed the limit too many times with him, he's just mad at you for it?
what is the limit?
Okay, my question is, you made the comment that you're a hard car builder. What kind of driver are you?
I'm an aggressive bad.
Aggressive.
Can you like explain that?
Well, so the ex-owner of Rev'd Up IceCast, Steven Sickles, he came up with the term.
Okay.
So basically, what an aggressive driver is he drives very hard to avoid getting hit
Oh,
He drives very hard to avoid getting.
and save the car.
Does, go ahead. Go ahead.
then the point behind derbying is to wreck it and smash
Well,
it.
that
So
also depends on who you ask.
that's true.
To
That's
me,
the opinion.
the point of derbying is to win. But to like somebody else, it might be to go out there and jump stuff.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that side of things. I'm still in it for the fun and no, like I don't care to win and
I just like to build hard stuff, cool stuff.
that makes sense, Freebie.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Where else you planning on? What's up with this Cadillac I keep hearing about, Freebie?
Well, so I worked really hard last year and saved up a lot of money. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I want to do? I'm going to buy Tony Godwin's Cadillac and run King of Ohio.
Okay, but
So that's what I did.
hold on. Let's just slow down real quick. You mean by working hard, you ran a bunch of derbies?
Yes.
Okay. I was just clearing that up. I was just making sure we was on the same page because I ain't never seen you at like in a McDonald's uniform or anything like that.
It's harder to win 15 grand derbying in the summer than it is to work at McDonald's.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yes.
But-
Definitely.
So were you running that thing? King of Ohio? Okay, how do you feel about yourself being an aggressive sandbagger with the format?
Well, the thing about it is I look at derbying different than a lot of people do. I look at derbying is you're walking into a bar. Now, some people just go in there wanting to start a fight, so they do. They just start junking stuff. Other people just want to go in there and have a nice time. Maybe have a couple drinks just to have a fun time. That's what I like to do. But at the same time, though, if I get a fight picked with me, I'll throw some hands if I have to.
Freebie, there's only going to be 3 of you out there. You're going to have to throw hands.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to just kill themselves and let you win.
Just throw some hands in there.
He said they're going to get the heat. That's just all there is to it. That's awesome.
I'm definitely going to have to make a trip to that show this year.
Oh, I'm going because I want to see this aggressive sandbagging strategy. Are you going to get stickers made to say that?
I'm going to put it on a shirt.
I think you should. I'm a 2X. Yeah.
So do you agree with the aggressive sandbagging?
Well, the problem with it is I've pretty much raised the boy, and I've seen his dad run, and he holds it clear to the floor. So I'm just assuming that he's been watching a lot of Uncle Fatty videos. You know, I mean, we like to win. I mean, that's a fact.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We like to win, but.
They're waiting on us.
For what? What are we waiting on?
Social media presences.
Yeah, so
Rev'd Up.
we're going to lose Freebie
Hey,
here.
Eddie, before you get rid of Fatty off of there, make sure you ask him about his van run tonight.
Oh, Lord.
And how he's feeling.
The strategy I got.
Yeah,
Guys, I'm a hard car builder.
The strategy, and I heard he's
Aggressive sandbagging.
I heard he's slightly worried to run a van.
Oh, I'm a little nervous. I ain't going to lie.
So we're going to lose Freebie. He's got to go be a part of some seminar at this Derby Expo. But we still got Fatty here still.
Yeah.
So Steven just told me to ask him about you running your van.
I have a van. Cannonball Derby Parts donated the van. Clutch Morals built the van, and I'm the lucky one that gets to drive the van.
First time in a van?
Ever. Ever. I've never even owned a minivan, let alone. Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, they're not that bad. They're just like driving modified cars with the back of them.
That's exactly.
And I'm old and fat, so I don't know how this is going to work. But I got Hammer and Hoosier clear down the side of it, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to hold it clear to the floor.
Yes.
So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Well, what's nice about these vans is there's a lot of back end to them. So, I mean, you really can hold them, just go backwards all night long in them.
Yeah, well, see, I think I'm going to use the front, too. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, did they adjust your back seat bar so that it's not directly on your seat?
Yeah, we did that. Then I put a ratchet strap around it, too, so I can't.
All right, good, yeah.
Yeah, I should
You should be okay then.
I think so. I got V-treads. You know, I got them tractor tires, so I should be able to move.
What's this track like? I've never seen it. This is my first time here.
They say it, well, it's as long as this building. The track itself is that long. It's huge. But they say it's a disaster. It's a mess right now. Like, they went out to fix it, and it actually got worse, so they just left it alone. So I don't know how this is going to work. Because you got, like, TJ, he's got, like, street stock tires on his van.
I will tell you, so those tires, I see them on vans a lot. And to be real honest, they actually do very well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've never really seen a van struggle with wheels like that.
Huh.
I've seen it quite a few times in a couple different areas, so.
I didn't know we could run a solid rim like that. But hey, you know, it's all for fun. Who cares?
I don't know what is hardcore rules.
Yeah, I don't know. I jumped ship on everybody too. Like they're actually doing a team event. It's promoters versus vendors. Well, I was with the vendors. Well, they had an odd number of teams, so I was like, well, I'll just go over the promoter side. So now I'm actually running with the promoters today.
So it's okay. So they still taking it down to one running?
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to run you'll run down to the 2 teams and say there's 3 guys from one team left. They'll run that down to see who wins.
Okay.
So that's the plan in place. Yeah, it should be interesting. You got a lot of different people running, and you know, you got one professional, JD King, and then the rest of us are just amateurs. So I think I'm just going to hold JD King in the corner. Just pull right up behind him and just stop. I won't be sore.
He is not going to like that.
I won't be sore. I won't be nervous no more.
I think you'll be okay as far as the soreness. They are hard though.
Yeah, but I am. I'm nervous, but I am excited about it. You know? Come on, Hillman, get on here.
He's too scared.
Come on, Hillman.
I've tried to get him on here.
He
won't do it. Nope.
I don't understand it because is as much stuff that he talks.
Right, and
he should be on here.
And we told him we wouldn't even talk derby. Like he used to race cars back in the day.
What he race?
He used to run like a street stock, like your Monte Carlo street
Like round
stocks.
track?
Yeah, like street
Oh,
track.
no kidding.
He did some dirt. I know that when I started to know, I found out he was doing that, he was doing some asphalt racing. And he finally left that and came straight
Was
to
he as
derby.
good as he was at derbies?
I watched him race twice on asphalt, and he won both times.
Okay.
The one time I did watch, he started further back in the feature, and he worked his way through. The man can drive anything.
Oh, yeah, you ain't lying. That was a little bit why I jumped over to the promoter side, because he's driving Frankie's van.
Oh, now what happened to Frankie?
I think J.D. King scared him to death.
So
Scared him to death.
So you mean to tell me Frankie, for what, like 3 weeks now to a month, has talked so much crap, and he backed out?
Yeah, because we had our drivers meeting, and we was looking around. There was no big Frankie, and then Hillman showed up, and that's where we're at.
Man, old Frank let me down.
Yeah, I was looking for some old school too, but I think JD kind of scared him with the bumper that he's got. You see that bumper JD's got on his van?
I didn't even see it.
It's a pointy bumper. It's a 3/16 pointy bumper, and it fits the rules. But I predict that JD, he's on like a 4 Derby win streak, so I bet he don't hit a soul.
I went on a whim in this one. I chose all for him. That because I've never really seen him run much.
Right.
But my man's so good behind this camera stuff. That's who I went with.
Yeah, he's got to be good at dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, as many as he's seen. I mean, yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. So
yeah, all for him was my choose to win this deal. But
what happened with Steven? Did he tried to cheat? Didn't he?
So no, what happened was
he tried to cheat.
So they used hardcore rules.
Right.
And the rules, the way they were wrote, you can motor swap, but you can only motor swap to the make. So Ford to Ford, Chevy to Chevy, Yoda to Yoda. So Steven had a van built, but he had put a 2.2 in it. And King, JD, I think it's JD or Nick, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah, JD had called Jonathan about motor swapping, and then he said, yeah, well then Jeffy, I think, is the actual...
Yep.
Jeffy is the one that said no motor swaps, so...
Oh, I see. So Steven tried to cheat. That's fine. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, technically no, because in the rules of hardcore, they used, it does allow you, and Jonathan at hardcore does allow you to motor swap and use the 2.2s, but apparently not here.
So we're just going to go with Steven cheated.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's unfortunate too.
But I guess because JD did come over and him and Steven were talking, if they wouldn't have asked questions and just showed up with it, I think they'd have just been allowed.
Oh yeah, for sure they'd have just let him run.
So,
for sure. That's like the steering column. They should let that boy run that car.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you had a set of rules for the youth, but
they're right.
It's a steering column though.
Well,
too.
that boy put a 4.6 liter Crown Vic engine and a Buick Roadmaster, so I get it where the headers and stuff would be in the way. But they'll make the right decision over there, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
No.
But it was pretty cool to see the youth though, them choosing some youth drivers to do the inspections and stuff.
Absolutely.
Give them a little taste of the other side.
Yeah. Actually, Cam Penwell, I've inspected his dad's cars for years, and I've made him cut them apart. He walked up to me today. He was like, I heard you're running. I was like, yeah. He goes, well, just remember, the shoe's on the other foot now. I was like, oh, my goodness. Here we
I can't wait to see that because they are flagging, too.
Yeah. Yep. They'll be good.
I'd, for the longest time, sitting on the wall or, you do eventually run some shows. You don't like the officials. They make you cut your car apart, and then, you finally do make it to the track, and then they want to, make you hit harder. They keep yelling at you.
Yeah.
So you don't like them half the time, even though they're great people. But I did work for hardcore for 2 years, and I got to see that side of the sport and be in the inspection line and stand on that wall, and it's
tough.
It's a whole nother ballgame up there.
It's tough.
And then when you're standing up there and you have to officiate and look at all your buddies' rides, and then which I never had the issue. Like, I'm going to tech my friends the same way I tech everybody. Like,
absolutely.
You're going to get that. This is my job. I'm going to treat this as my job, and that's what I did. But You're not going to catch everything.
No. No.
It's never going to happen. And being on the wall, you're not going to be able to see it all either.
No.
Catch it all. But you got to try the best that you can. And
yeah, that's what I always used to tell people. They're like, man, I can't believe you missed that. I'm like, listen, guys, that guy just spent 3 to 4 months building this car, and you want me to find everything in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
On the track, if something happened to my left, something happened to my left, if I'm looking right.
Right. What do you do?
I don't have two sets of eyes. So being an official is not easy, especially when you piss off the driver.
Yeah.
Or you do make a mistake and that driver comes at you wanting answers on why you made that call.
Yes, sir.
So.
But like you said, it's good for them to get out there and experience that, to put themselves in that situation, because they'll give a lot more respect to them guys now. So.
Yeah.
But I do agree with that.
So
where's your guys' next show at?
I think we're going to be at Deadman.
Really?
I think. They're running. I don't know so much of what we're doing, but
right. Good.
I'm just going to be there attending.
Is Mel running? You know if Mel's running? Mel, you running Deadman? You are? Good.
You going to finish the car first?
Well, that'll come. That'll come.
We're going to have some busy weeks coming ahead.
That's good.
Get these cars ready to get.
Got to finish Stevens first.
Stevens is behind.
I'm sure. Stevens always behind. Hell, last time I went there, she's welding his bumper on for him.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Steven only touches certain things on cars.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
we pick on him a lot for not always building his stuff, but when you're a busy man like that, let's just face it. Any of these guys, any of the big shot guys you see, Derby and everywhere all over this nation, they're not building cars alone.
No.
You have to have help.
No, especially when they're running 1 weekend and 2 weeks later they're building, showing up with fresh cars. Yeah, they all got help.
Or you're just way ahead of the game.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'm at the point, I was telling my buddy Joe Linky, I said, dude, I think this is the last car I'm building. I was like, man, it's a lot of time. And I got young kids and stuff. It's just tough anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm old.
I have one kid myself, and then I recently just got into a relationship, and she has 2 kids. So
it's
so
tough.
now it's like everything gets a little tighter then. So
absolutely.
But that's why we always still get to show up and just watch.
Right.
You still enjoy the sport. So.
Absolutely. Man, it's cold over here now.
It's been cold. I feel like it's been cold in here just all day. Every time I walk outside, I get warm.
Yeah, Mel, go shut that door. No, I'm just kidding. She's going to go over and jack somebody up.
We have a problem at work. Me and Mark Metz, we work at the same place. And we sit and weld all day long. For some reason, it is like 10 to 15 degrees colder in our building.
No
Like,
kidding.
we walk outside and get warm. We can't figure it out. We sit and weld all day. We work at a sheet metal shop building HVAC stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so we got heaters running. We're freaking using the welds to stay warm sometimes. But we're a heating and air conditioning company with no heating or air conditioning. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you might want to get that work
Our
done.
boss is tight.
He said he's tight.
He don't like that, paying
That's
for heating.
funny. That's good stuff.
But you're going to have a busy season, with track shot.
Yeah, track shot's coming up. We actually kicked it off today in Yuba City. I go to California in May. I'll be in Colorado this year, Utah, Maine. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's probably the funnest thing I've ever done with derbies. Like when I worked for Smash It, after the end of the night, I'd walk through the pits and half the guys wanted to beat me up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now these guys are wanting me to sign their roof signs, and their kids are, hugging me and stuff. So it's great. We got a great group of guys that participate in track shot. Yeah, it's great. We're really excited for the 2023 season. So.
Yeah, it's really awesome what these guys do at Track Shot Live. They travel this whole country and record videos live so that you can watch them at home, all for free. So I thank you for that personally, because I've definitely used you guys a time or two when I couldn't make it to a show.
Absolutely.
Or if I was just bored at home.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. We try not to keep milking the cow at demolition derbies. It's everything's expensive. And
the whole world's expensive.
It's ridiculous. We got some great sponsors that help us get to the shows and the promoters. So yeah, we're here for the long haul, and we got some big things coming in the next couple of years. As soon as everything falls into place, just keep an eye out. Trackshot's on the move. So.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Man, it is cold in here.
Man, I'm going to have to go get my hoodie, buddy.
I had to go buy me a Jeffy's one earlier.
Yeah, I'm about to freeze to death over here. So.
Hopefully these heats are quick tonight. That way we don't have to stand out. Hopefully it's warm outside.
Yeah, well, I just asked Clutch. I said, hey, you take the heater out of that thing?
I think I've definitely ran a couple small cars. I've left the heating systems in them. So.
I'm telling you what, if it comes on, I'm for sure turning that on, for sure. But,
so if you had to pick one of these youth drivers to win tonight.
See, what's cool is they got, you got Cadillacs, you got Crown Vics. So
we have kids that have come out of Derby families. We have youth kids that have never even, their families don't, and they just kind of heard it.
I kind of hope it's the kid that can barely see over the steering wheel.
The smallest,
smallest, youngest kid come out here and just wear them out. That's what I'm hoping. But with these headers and these 4.6s in the mud, it should sound really good out there because these guys are going to hold these things clear to the floor. Yeah,
most of them probably don't have throttle control.
No, not at all.
I know some adults, we don't have it sometimes.
Yeah, not at all. But no, I think it's going to be two really good, fun heats. The promoters and the vendors were really excited about it. Probably going to get a little wild, I'd say, there for a minute. Then we'll get things figured out. So.
Well, now that Frankie has gotten out of that van, though, I'm not sure. You putting Jonathan in that van, I don't know who can win it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to probably come down to Jonathan and JD, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I told JD I was going to hold him while Jonathan folded him, so I don't know how that's going to work.
I kind of want to see that.
Yeah. Everybody was saying they wanted to see that for some reason. But no, it should be, like I said, this expo's great, man. The way it's huge this year. Mark and Jeffy and Frankie and Casey, they've done a great job with it, so.
No, they did. They poured their heart into this, and I feel it turned out fantastic.
Yeah, you can't ask.
There's been so many people in and out of the doors all day.
Well, I mean, hell, I think Jeffy said his trailer's pretty much empty.
That's good. That's what we want.
Yeah, and I went down and talked to Brian Machine Shop. He's thin, NBCNC. So it's, like they said, that's a good problem to have. So.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to run out of inventory at these places.
Right. But no, it's a great thing, and hopefully they continue to do it. Keeps growing and growing and growing. So. Buddy, I'm freezing. I gotta go get me a hoodie.
We can definitely wrap this up because
just remember, if you guys need any tires done, call Mel. She's the one, Melanie. She does all Steven Sickles. Hey Mel, does Steven do his wheels or do you do them? Yep, she does all Steven Sickles wheels. So.
Steven don't do much of anything.
Yeah, he don't do much of anything really. He picks the car up.
Plays on his phone and that's
and
about
the computer. He's an editor now, big time editor. So he's got some TV contracts coming up later. He just ain't got time to be doing wheels and stuff.
Nope. Can't even build his own derby car anymore.
No, not at all. That's why they got little Freebie now. He's gonna start building them all. So.
Yeah, little Freebie. All right.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Later.
You've been listening to the Rev'd Up GarageCast. If it's motorsports and life, we're talking about it. The guys have over 30 years combined experience and a lot of winning. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on Facebook at Rev'd Up GarageCast. Listen wherever you get your podcast at Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Y'all be cool, and we'll see you next time on Rev'd Up GarageCast.